After uploading the power blocks tier list, a lot of people were quick to point out, oh, batteries can't generate power. Well, in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, and how you can do that from the very beginning of the game without needing a single wind turbine or solar panel. Okay, there we go. So we are falling down. Let me see if I can do my trick here. Here we go. Got the bottles. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Got ourselves a remote control, meaning that boom, we can make the gyroscope. We got enough parts for that. Excellent. Right, step number 3. We are going to be converting this into a mining ship, basically, within the first few moments of starting out. Nice, look at that, we're flying. Beautiful. We can go ahead and add ourselves a drill to the front. Yeah, so what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to sacrifice the thruster. Sorry, buddy. There you go. There we go. We're completely full. So let's go ahead and try and land this thing very carefully. So we're just going to make a little platform. This is going to be our base in quotation marks. Then, next step, we're going to place down a basic assembler, and we're going to place down... Oh, we haven't learned how... We know how to make the PROTOTECH battery, but not the normal battery. Okay, that is a bit whack. Then with this, we've now unlocked the main key to our survival, which is going to be the battery. You see the red and blue line, right? You need to drop down the red in order to hack it, but you only need to get up to the blue in order for it to function, meaning we don't need those 20 construction components and 60 steel plates. All we need is 20 steel plates, 10 construction components, 80 power cells, and then 25 computers. If you see, just from our pod, we've already filled up both the construction component and the steel plate requirement. So all we need is computers and power cells. Now, we're going to have a look inside the basic assembler and see just how much power cells cost. If we queue up 80 of them, 266 iron, 26 silicon, and 53 nickel. So the question now is, how are we going to get power to the basic assembler without using a wind turbine? Simple. Rotors. Then we are very carefully going to be backing this up. Now, am I risking it by attaching it to the survival kit? Yes, absolutely I am. Do I care at the moment? Not really. It was either that or the battery. I think the survival kit we can do okay without. Or well, we don't have a refinery yet, so that's quite the statement. Right, well, with our ship in place, we'll just go to the advanced rotor, we hit attach. Look at that. Ship's now attached, we're making power cells. No wind turbine required. There is a bit of a caveat to this. If you have progression turned on, then you'll need to either build a battery, solar panel, or wind turbine in order to unlock the rotor. It's not a huge thing, but it's something worth noting. But you don't have to attach the wind turbine to your base when constructing it, so you can still get around the need to use a wind turbine to make any power. You just gotta use it to unlock the blocks. Okay, back to the video. Now, look at that. We have a battery that will be depleted in 2 hours. We just got 2 hours worth of basically free energy. So now, we just disconnect our ship, then we can keep mining. Oh, we're drifting. We're drifting. There we go. Right. Let's keep mining for a bit. So now that we have power for apparently 37 days. Well, what's the next step? Well, we're just going to play the game for a little bit, build up our resources, you know, start making some things. I think a connector is a good idea at this point. All right, it's at this point we're going to take apart and remove our survival kit and put that onto the base now that we have a connector and cargo, not to mention plenty of power. I did not mean to do that. I've got stuck. Right, so it's a good thing we got the survival kit off of there. Now, in a situation like this, we could, you know, either try and recover that, or we'll simply just make a new one. Now, the only reason it's viable to make a new one is because we have the power output to actually be able to charge it. Gosh, crap. I put the remote control the wrong way. Oh no. And look at that. We have currently a max input of 4 megawatt hours, and the battery will be recharged in 14 minutes, which will deplete our current battery in 12 minutes. But we would not have been able to do that if we did not have a battery. If we rather only had solar panels or wind turbines, you'd need a lot of them. And now, not only that, but I can also use the assembler and the survival kit while still having a max input. And the best part, given that we've just mined a bit of resources, all we gotta do is we grab the resources to make another battery. Alright? It's very simple. Very, very simple. We're just going to need 5 more steel plates and then 25 computers. That will be no issue. No issue at all. Yeah, so look at that. We got a brand new battery by using a pre-existing battery. And then all we have to do, set that to discharge. And then we can set this one to recharge. It'll now steal this one's power. So in 4 minutes, I'll show you something pretty nice. Right. This battery now has completely depleted. It has no power left. But we've gotten our current battery up to 1.34 megawatt hours. Put that one back on. Now we have 7 hours of power. So now, with this battery being empty, as long as we have 80 power cells on standby, all we gotta do is we just have to grind this down. We get all the other components back except for the power cells. We just place another battery in the same spot. Then we just grab the power cells. And look at that. We have even more energy that I can now just use to power the base entirely. So what we've basically done is make a larger amount of power using a smaller amount of power, which is essentially the basic principle for fusion. I'll be taking that Nobel Prize right now. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now you might be saying, alright, you can create power with batteries, but why not use a wind turbine or solar panel? That's constant power. Well, let me show you some of this. If you want to replicate the charge time for our little miner that we got with wind turbines, you're going to need up to 11 of them. And that is if you also want to run your basic assembler and survival kit at the same time. And a single wind turbine can only run a basic assembler and keep a survival kit on. The survival kit can't even run. Whereas a battery can run 2 full refineries completely filled up on modules, 2 assemblers completely filled up on modules, a O2H2 generator and a survival kit, which can run and refine stuff and make components. And if you want to stay hidden, let's say on a server, right, you are going to have a much easier time using batteries and stay hidden than trying to use wind turbines. People are going to see you from a mile away. So what was the point of this video? Well, it's primarily a demonstration to show that there is more ways to start out in the game that might be more beneficial in some ways than others. And it was also to show all of those comments from the power tier list video saying that, oh, you cannot generate power with batteries, that you're wrong. Okay, bye now.